We've been here too long.
Kathy Durham looks cool under pressure. But just because her blouse is dry doesn't mean she smells good. Because underarm odor is invisible, she needs Sure Roll-On. Sure helps protect against wetness and kills bacteria that cause odor. So, Kathy, why go to school with a dry blouse and a false sense of security? Tomorrow, use Sure Roll-On and be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness.
Thanks.
Why is this man breathing like he left his cold at someone else's house? Taking the time to read a book instead of reaching for a tissue. Relaxing in his favorite chair with muscles that no longer ache. Laughing instead of coughing. Resting instead of suffering. Why? Because he took NyQuil. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine. Now a new cherry flavor, too.
Weight Watchers' new 1988 Quick Success program is helping people lighten up. In fact, it's now helping people lighten up quicker than ever, thanks to an all-new program that helps make losing weight healthier and 20% faster than before. So starting today, lighten up. Join Weight Watchers' new Quick Success program, and in no time, we'll help get things off the ground.
Bruce Willis makes a Western. Mickey hits 60. Fergie brings back the hairnet. And Crocodile Dundee does it again. All in the Gala New Year preview of 88 in this week's People. People, that's what we're all about.
You Americans are so lucky to have Tyson entrees. I must use my passport for a classic meal as tasty as Tyson chicken mesquite. The only passport you need for a world of great tastes.
Stealing from the rich can be a real drag.
Female impersonator, thieving Norman wretch.
And about that nightlife in Nottingham.
Fellas, we're breaking into a castle, not boiling an egg.
George Siegel stars with Morgan Fairchild in The Zany Adventures of Robin Hood. Tonight's second feature on CBS Late Night.
You're telling me Trident helps fight cavities? It always has?
That's right. Chewing Trident after sugary snacks reduces the acids between teeth. Acids that can cause cavities.
Something that's delicious and good for you? I love it.
Trident. Good to chew and fights cavities, too.
My hairline receded, okay? Now my gums are receding. You know, you can get cavities where you never knew you had teeth at the roots. I am going to use Listermint, because the fluoride in Listermint can penetrate the roots and help protect them. All this and fresh breath, too.
Introducing the Delta Miracle Saw Blade. We are cutting a curve with this circular power saw. How about that? This is it. Cuts frontwards, backwards, and sideways. The saw is free from your work 3 times each revolution, thousands of times a minute. That's why it works. Cut sideways to kerf out paneling or fit drywall. Groove out to conceal wiring or fit around pipes or fixtures. Clamp a gauge block to your saw base. Make dado cuts in just seconds. You also have a power rasp for all kinds of work. Use Delta Saw Blade on your radial arm saw. Works on all saws with a 5/8 shaft. This is tempered masonite. We are cutting a circle with this table saw. It really does the job. You need one of them in your toolbox. Comes complete with directions and guarantee.
To get your Thornus Relief Saw Blade, send check or cashier's check to Saw Blade, Post Office Box 6601, Wheeling, West Virginia, 26003. That's the Relief Saw Blade, complete with instructions and guarantee for $16.95 plus $3 for handling and shipping. Send check or cashier's check to Saw Blade, Post Office Box 6601, Wheeling, West Virginia, 26003. That's Saw Blade, Post Office Box 6601, Wheeling, West Virginia, 26003. Allow 2 to 3 weeks for delivery.
WTAE-TV Pittsburgh.
It's no big deal. It's a pain.
No, Carrie, it's called MasterCare car service.
Brakes, alignments, tune-ups.
The works.
It's no big deal. And a 6-month or 6,000-mile warranty covers parts, labor, wherever they do MasterCare service.
From Seattle to Schnecksville.
Sounds right, this MasterCare.
So right that fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
I thought they just sold tires.
Hon, about the new air conditioning system.
I'll take care of it.
Well, I did a little checking around myself, and...
A little?
I think we should get an Amana.
Amana? Look, you don't just open the phone book and stop at the A's. I mean, you gotta do research.
Amana's dependable. It'll last us years, and it'll lower our cooling costs.
Fine. But I think you better let me look into this, huh?
Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe these will help.
Well, that's a start. Yeah.
When you know exactly what you want, Amana.
On the other hand, I want to point out to you... I can't...
Democrats and Republicans have seldom agreed on anything.
Wrong!
Until now.
After you.
No, I insist after you.
No, really.
Both parties selected Delta as the official airline of the Democratic and Republican national conventions. Because Delta flies more people, more places than ever before. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, or undecided.
Peanuts, anyone?
Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Honey, should we take the other car?
I'd rather not.
Ford Escort now offers an attractive new design, plus fuel injection and a 660 powertrain warranty. In fact, the redesigned Ford Escort may make your other car seem considerably less attractive.
Honey, aren't we ever going to take the other car?
Nope. The world's best-selling car just keeps looking better all the time.
Wednesday, Carol loses all track of time.
I believe we have a record here. Yes, we do.
Growing pains. And when Charlie yearns for the old days.
Far out.
Out of sight.
He wants out.
I resigned last Friday.
A new head of the class after Growing Pains, Wednesday.
There's a road that runs for about 100 miles between Tucson and Bisbee, Arizona. And if you think that cowboys are a thing of the past, you've never been on that road. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including a 100-mile stretch in Arizona, where the cowboys live.
Gillette has changed the face of shaving. First, we made it closer. Then we made it smoother. Atra Plus. Its Lubra Smooth Strip actually releases lubricants to glide the razor more smoothly. Incredible smoothness from the first stroke to the last. The Atra Plus system. First we made it closer, then we made it smoother.
It's no big deal. It's a pain.
No, Carrie, it's called Master Care Car Service.
Brakes, alignments, tune-ups.
The works.
It's no big deal. And a 6-month or 6,000-mile warranty covers parts, labor, wherever they do Master Care service.
From Seattle to Schnecksville.
Sounds right, this Master Care.
So right that fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. Master Care Car Service by Firestone.
I thought they just sold tires.
Ford profiles in quality. Dealer service.
At Ford, we're committed to building the highest quality American cars and trucks.
As a Ford dealer, we want to back that up with the highest quality service in America.
That's why we can offer 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty.
And we can back it up with lifetime service guarantees.
We're as determined to provide quality care
as we are to building quality cars and trucks.
At Ford and at our dealerships, quality is job one.
Baby Ann,
I'm the mother.
product of a legal contract.
She's all I have.
Torn between a surrogate mother and her natural father.
Everybody's talking about mothers' rights. Fathers have dreams, too.
If you think you could decide the fate of the child,
Get your hands off me!
think again. Baby N, 2 weeks from tonight.
The Bourne Identity will continue in a moment.
It only happens once in 1,000 years.
Monday, join Good Morning America in a joyous celebration of the Dublin Millennium.
Live from Dublin, Ireland, Monday on Good Morning America.
An ABC News Brief. Now from Washington, Gene Meserve.
Good evening. The White House reacted angrily tonight to Time Magazine's excerpts from former aide Donald Reagan's new book, which portrays President Reagan as hesitant and unassertive, and Nancy Reagan as a scheming first lady who controls her husband and relies heavily on an astrologer's advice. A White House statement accuses Reagan of vindictiveness and says his attempts to defame the First Lady on Mother's Day, no less, are not worthy of comment. Overseas, France's socialist President Mitterrand easily won a second term. Polish authorities ordered striking shipyard workers to leave the yard or face prosecution, and hundreds of Soviet dissidents defied police and held meetings to organize a formal opposition party. More later on the Weekend Report.
Ah, this is different. The Donnelly Directory has the talking yellow pages. A new service. Horoscopes, financial news, weather reports, lots of free information.
Storm approaching.
It talks. Sounds new to me. Only the Donnelly Directory has the talking yellow pages, the latest information a phone call away. The yellow pages, and much, much more.
I'm a bargain binger. Can't resist a good buy. And this is unbelievable. Troyer Farms farm fresh potato chips. You know, straight from the farm to you. Freshest, best, tasting chips you can buy. I'd give up the chocolate for Troyer chips. And now Troyer Farms is selling their 15-ounce bag, the big one, at everyday low, really low prices. I just had to buy some. I didn't overdo it, did I? Nah.
Happy Mother's Day from WTAE-TV.
A few words on the performing arts. Forget.
Good morning, sir.
I need to cash a check.
No problem, Mr. Bridgewater.
I'm from out of state.
Well, your bank is part of the First Nationwide Network.
My bank card and my license.
That's fine, sir.
I've got 34 credit cards. Here's my passport. This is the title to my house, title to my car. This is the title of my favorite songs.
really,
I also
fine.
belong to Joggers Anonymous. Here's my immunization papers, my Clear Speakers Club of America card, my 1-hour photo card. I also have a Rototiller Championship.
Members of the First Nationwide Network treat you with respect, concern, and understanding. But don't worry, you'll get used to it.
Ignore it, and it'll go away. That's what many people say about plaque. Unfortunately, for 3 out of 4 of them, plaque leads to gingivitis, an early form of gum disease. They need Listerine Antiseptic, the only non-prescription mouthwash accepted by the American Dental Association for its significant help in preventing and reducing plaque and gingivitis. And Listerine still kills bad breath germs. So brush, floss, and use Listerine to help prevent gingivitis, because ignoring gingivitis won't make it go away.
It is no big deal. It's a hassle. Oh, it's called Mastercare Car Service. Brakes, tune-ups, alignments. No big deal. The mechanics are great. All their equipment, you'd swear they were technicians. And they stand behind their work 6 months or 6,000 miles. Mastercare. You're covered from Maine to Missoula. These guys are so good. Fixing your car is no big deal.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. Mastercare Car Service by Firestone.
But I thought they just sold tires.
A hunk. G'day. A hero.
After the smoke of passion cleared away, we had two strangers staring at each other.
And a heartthrob.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever plan for success.
On an all-new Barbara Walters special Wednesday.
Thursday, Coppo does it again in prime time. 7 evangelists, 4,000 faithful on greed, money, and morality.
Viewership is down, so are donations, but televangelism is still a billion-dollar pie.
The Coppo Report, Thursday.
The Florida Keys stretch like an old clothesline for 130 miles. Down here, the locals are called conks. Their ways are old-fashioned, and so are their values. And in a way, ours are too. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory. all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including 130 miles, called the Florida Keys.
The pain was awful. I hurt all over. The doctor said nothing was broken. He gave me a different medicine. It's in these little yellow pills. Nuprin. Got rid of that pain. Know what else? It works great on my tough headaches.
Nuprin. It's not aspirin, not Tylenol. It's ibuprofen. 2 Nuprin stop headaches better than extra-strength Tylenol.
And Nuprin's gentler on my stomach than aspirin.
Nuprin. Little, yellow, different, better.
It even worked on my worst pain.
Hey, sounded good. Save a few bucks, get the same quality. Then the gripes start from data processing. I got garbage all over the orders. Pittsburgh now takes all night to download delivery schedules.
AT&T gives you the fastest, most error-free data transmission.
I'm paying 32 truckers to drink coffee. This is a good deal?
AT&T's worldwide intelligent network. Because we know it's not just long distance. It's your business on the line. AT&T, the right choice.
Is America falling behind in chip technology? I don't think so. Take this Cool Ranch flavored Dorito tortilla chip. It combines herbs, spices, tomato, and onions for one creamy Cool Ranch taste, plus a secret all-American ingredient. Ranch.
Cool Ranch flavored Doritos brand tortilla chips. They taste as good as they crunch.
You won't find a chip like this coming out of Japan.
You tell him, Jay.
You've heard more Americans get their news from ABC News. You know Peter Jennings was chosen best in the business by the Washington Journalism Review. If you're not watching, you should be. Peter Jennings, weeknights on ABC's World News Tonight.
The Bourne Identity will continue in a moment.
Amazing.
Best so far. For some, it's the end of the line.
Look at that.
It's not something you can talk about.
I'm going out there. You girls have no idea what a privilege this is.
The chopper went down.
I didn't even say goodbye.
China Beach.
You know why the burger board asked you here today, Mr. Cole?
Yes.
You've been a loyal burger eater, and now?
I prefer Arby's roast beef.
Speak up, Mr. Cole.
Arby's roast beef. I prefer its lean, tender, slow-roasted flavor.
You know burgers are a national institution, Mr. Cole.
It's just that I made a choice. I chose Arby's.
That'll be all, Mr. Cole. Do you suppose there are others out there like him?
The revolution is underway. Taste the Arby's difference.
If your car needs radiator work, cool it at ProCare. We keep our word.
From Channel 4 WTAE-TV, this is an Action News Brief.
Good evening, I'm Beth Dolinar. It was the day thousands of Pittsburghers lined up to pay their last respects to Mayor Caligiuri. It was the second day of visitation. Tonight at 11, we'll hear what people had to say about the life of the mayor. Fireworks are erupting in Washington over the first published excerpts of Donald Reagan's new book. He offers more details of how he says Nancy Reagan dictated the president's schedule according to the advice of an astrologer. And in sports, Doug Drabick comes real close to a no-hitter. Join us for all the sports news and the weather forecast at 11 o'clock.
No big deal. Tune-ups? It's MasterCare Car Service. Great tune-ups with a computer that talks to your car.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare Car Service by Firestone.
I thought they just sold tires.
Just how orange does a Diet Minute Maid orange taste?
Tourist.
Diet Minute Maid orange with 100% NutraSweet. The orange. Orange.
The most talked about film of 1987 is coming on video cassette. He couldn't resist.
Are you? Disagree.
But something this tempting has its price. Fatal Attraction from Paramount. Reserve your copy today.
For those of you considering a new truck, compare the Ford Ranger XLT and the Toyota Deluxe.
Nice try, Biff.
Both trucks have an AM/FM stereo cassette and power steering.
Nice try, Biff.
But the Ford Ranger adds a fuel-injected engine, a 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, and more, all for less money.
Nice try, Biff.
And if Ranger's features don't convince you, then consider the option.
Now, during Ford's Leadership Celebration, get a $500 cash bonus on Ranger.
There's a product on the market that the people at Dannon think you should know about, and it's not from Dannon. It's a snack-sized 6-pack of yogurt, a great size for kids. But what you may not think is so great is what's inside them. Things like modified food starch and artificial color. We're telling you about this, frankly, because we also have a snack-sized product for kids. Pure, natural Dannon mini packs. Because when it comes to your kids, we think you deserve a real alternative.
Dannon is yogurt.
How you doing? He destroyed him in Detroit. Now he's busting up Beverly Hills.
I've never been to a cell that had a phone in it. Can I stay for a while? Because I ordered some pizza.
Eddie Murphy in his runaway hit.
We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Network television premiere.
Wait! You're all under arrest!
Do that again, I'll shoot you myself.
Beverly Hills Cop next Sunday.
Tuesday. Moonlighting. Then.
You're so invigorated. I'm so tired.
30-something. After Moonlighting, Tuesday.
Stay tuned for scenes from the conclusion of the Bourne Identity.
He was so rude to me. And in public, too. Then he called me by another woman's name. Bambi. Who's Bambi? Do I look like a Bambi? I'll take care of everything. Would you?
Miss Smith will be banking with us now.
Welcome to our bank.
Members of the First Nationwide Network treat you with respect, concern, and understanding. But don't worry, you'll get used to it.
There's a road that runs for about 100 miles between Tucson and Bisbee, Arizona. And if you think that cowboys are a thing of the past, you've never been on that road. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And whenever you rent a car from Alamo, the rates are low, and all those miles are free, including a 100-mile stretch in Arizona, where the cowboys live.
In the 1988 Olympic Games, every American athlete will bring home the gold. Gold-tipped, long-lasting Kodak batteries, the official batteries of the 1988 Olympic Games.
It's no big deal.
Brake jobs?
It's MasterCare car service. Premium brake jobs. Terrific warranty.
Finally, taking care of your car is no big deal. MasterCare car service by Firestone.
But I thought they just sold tires.
The category of sedans priced between $12,500 and $17,500 is one of the most competitive in the auto industry. From this impressive field, Road and Track magazine chose 4 finalists for its Best Value Award. As their winner, they made the same choice more and more car buyers are making. Ford Taurus, the class of its class.
Tomorrow night.
Jason, the man who tried to kill me, he's here.
You don't know who I am. A dangerous man, monsieur. Nothing more.
We have to get rid of him.
Governments from Asia to Europe want me dead.
He's an international assassin, one of the most dangerous men alive.
For God's sakes, love me, Jason.
Jackie's dead. You're next.
Get her.
You are not the Jason Bourne, are you?
And who am I?
The thrilling conclusion of Robert Ludlum's The Bourne Identity.
Tonight, Mayor Caligiuri is remembered in a special way. The story coming up. Thousands of Pittsburghers gathered to pay their last respects to the mayor in Oakland this afternoon. The lights went out at Kennywood tonight and the park closed early. And in sports, it looked like a perfect one until the top of the ninth.
Good evening. I'm Beth Dolinar.
And I'm Tom Randall's Action News is next.
From a discus thrower in Los Angeles to a golfer in Florida. From cyclists in San Francisco to equestrians in Arizona. U.S. Air is getting more people to their summer vacation events with low fares to over 130 cities. So no matter what you play or where you play it, call your travel consultant or U.S. Air, the official airline of your summer games.
At Foodland, we've got the essentials. Hey, sexy hairs at your fingertips. With all of this from Breck, $1.27. Got that funny feeling? Take Tums and feel good again. This week, you saw it, $2.79. We've got the essentials, like GE soft white lights and lots of hot watts. Wow, $2.19. Sure, there's more. We've got the essentials, always at the right price at Foodland.
Engines designed to aerospace tolerances should have a fuel that's equally exacting. Because the more sophisticated the engine, the more sophisticated the fuel must be. Exxon gasolines, precision equipment for precision engines. Just turn the key.
From Channel 4, WTAE-TV in Pittsburgh, this is Action News.
Good evening. Since early Friday morning, people in western Pennsylvania and elsewhere have been mourning the loss of Mayor Caligiuri and remembering his many contributions. Tonight, members of Pittsburgh's art community gathered in Market Square to pay tribute to the mayor in their own special way, with poetry. Poets came together not to entertain, but to commemorate a man who understood and appreciated the arts. Bob Gore was the first poet to pay tribute to the mayor.
This brave and tender man in every storm of life was oak and rock, but in the sunshine he was vine and flower. He was the friend of all heroic souls. He climbed the heights and left all superstitions far below.
The poems were read in Market Square, a place surrounded by many of the tall buildings which shape Pittsburgh's beautiful skyline, buildings Mayor Caligiuri helped erect. As the sun began to set, one poet spoke of the mayor's compassion and tenderness, qualities which sometimes made the mayor seem bigger than life.
We saw it in the corners of his mouth, the light in his eyes, or as he shaved his father. Io amo questa città, Papa. I love this city, Papa.
Only a dozen or so people gathered to listen to the readings, but a spokesman for the poet said the small turnout didn't matter.
I want people to know that the poets come out as a response to the feelings of the community, and this is our chance to do it. The city will be so involved tomorrow and the next day with official moments that this is a quiet moment right after Mother's Day dinner. We all can get together and, as the sun goes down, share a few words and feelings.
Words and feelings, one listener said, will never quite measure up to a man who devoted much of his life to helping others.
Mayor Caligiuri was just so strong that, as the saying goes, there's little we can add or detract from that.
Tonight's poetry reading was sponsored by the Thomas and Dorothy Zepp Foundation in conjunction with City Parks.
And all weekend, Pittsburghers have been lining up to pay their respects to the mayor. Traffic slowed to a crawl on streets surrounding the H. Sampson Funeral Home in Oakland, where the mayor's body lay for viewing. Friends, politicians, and residents waited in line. Young and old alike all said Mayor Caligiuri was a man who did everything for people.
My mother was from Italy and had never gotten her citizenship. And she always said she would love to, but she couldn't read or write. And I happened to be talking with the mayor about it one day. And here he basically took it upon his own to do a beautiful citation to her that made her an honorary citizen of Pittsburgh. He was the best.
The public will have another chance to pay their respects to the mayor tomorrow. There will be a closed casket viewing tomorrow at the City County Building. You're asked to enter at the Grand Street entrance and to exit on Ross Street. And the mayor's funeral will be Tuesday at 11 a.m. at St. Paul's Cathedral in Oakland. Channel 4 will provide live coverage of that. And a reminder, all city schools and offices will be closed tomorrow in the mayor's honor. Tom?
Mourning for this mayor is not just local. People all over the country had heard of Richard Caligiuri and his battle with amyloidosis. Today, Yvonne Zeno spoke with the woman who told his story in the February 29th issue of People magazine. In perhaps his most candid interview, Mayor Caligiuri talked to People's Pittsburgh correspondent Jane Beckwith about how he was facing life with this deadly disease. Beckwith remembers the mayor saying he was determined to keep working, and of course we all know that Mayor Caligiuri certainly did that.
Donald Regan's new book exploded like a powder keg in Washington today. Excerpts of the writings of the fired White House chief of staff were published in Time magazine. They offer more details of how Regan says the First Lady dictated the moves of the president by relying on an astrologer. The White House is calling Regan's book vindictive. In his book, Donald Regan describes the First Lady as a powerful woman with a mean streak. Quoting from the book, Regan says that virtually every major move or decision the President and Mrs. Reagan made was cleared in advance with a woman Mrs. Reagan referred to as my friend. Regan identified that friend as Joan Quigley, whom he describes as a San Francisco socialite. Quigley describes herself as a serious political astrologer. Regan says Quigley advised Mrs. Reagan in January of 1987, among other times. That is when the president underwent prostate surgery. Mrs. Reagan ruled out travel or other important outside activities for the president. Says Regan, Quigley, the astrologer, advised that January was a bad month for the president and that it had the effect of immobility on the president. Regan says the president's schedule at that time was in a state of chaos. Today, in a live interview with ABC News, Joan Quigley said the names of clients who seek her advice are confidential. Newsman Sam Donaldson questioned her further.
Professionally, you have not disclosed the names of your clients, and yet, as you say, it's been leaked that you do advise Nancy Reagan. I'm simply asking you whether that's correct or not.
I cannot deny it.
To make a correction, it was actually Time magazine and not Donald Regan who named Mrs. Quigley specifically. President and Mrs. Reagan are not commenting publicly on the book, but the White House today did release a statement calling Regan's book a work of vindictiveness and revenge and an effort to defame the First Lady.
There is more criticism of George Bush tonight. A report in the New York Times says the vice president may have known years ago about the drug allegations surrounding Panama's military leader. The paper quotes Reagan administration sources as saying the U.S. ambassador to Panama told Bush about Manuel Noriega's alleged drug involvement back in December of 1985. Bush has continually denied knowing anything about those allegations until a federal grand jury indicted Noriega in February. Spanish authorities seized more than 1 ton of cocaine today in what's being called the biggest drug bust ever made in Europe. The high-grade cocaine was found in an abandoned warehouse on the French border. Police arrested 4 suspects, including a Spanish customs official and a Colombian national. The cocaine reportedly had a street value of more than $400 million. Police say the Spanish drug ring was directly linked to Colombia's notorious Medellin cartel.
It is called the Zero Tolerance Plan, and it is aimed at thwarting recreational drug use. The Coast Guard seized a 133-foot yacht valued at $2.5 million after they found 1/10 of an ounce of marijuana on board. Agents boarded the U.S. registered yacht Art Royal yesterday in international waters between Mexico and Cuba. Coast Guard said it will keep the boat or sell it and keep the proceeds.
Coming up on Action News, a power outage at Kennywood Park and an update on the barge accident on the Mon River.
And later, the daughter who dreamed up the idea of Mother's Day. But first, Susan Davies with the morning weather forecast.
You're going to be surprised just how warm it's going to be tomorrow morning. You're going to wake up to a very nice morning, partly cloudy skies, 60 degrees, and then the temperature is going to go up, but the rain is going to come down. I'll tell you all about weather right after this.
Action News is brought to you in part by Landmark Savings.
And special benefits for people 55 and over.
Landmark, even better than a bank.
Steve got a new kind of auto loan that keeps his payments really low.
That's bad.
Bad? No, it's better. Flo found a savings certificate that gives her higher rates.
You look a little better today, Flo. I am better. Jim.
You'll do better, too, when you go to Landmark.
Harry, will it ever get any better around here?
Sure. I just switched all of our accounts to Landmark.
Good.
Landmark.
Good.
Even better than a bank.
I remember being angry and afraid when I first found out I had cancer. I didn't know where to turn. My doctor told me about Forbes Cancer Care.
Forbes Cancer Care combines advanced technology with a caring team of physicians and healthcare professionals to help patients and families through this difficult time. Forbes offers a range of cancer services, from prevention and detection to treatment and rehabilitation. Forbes Health System, bringing compassion to technology.
Shouldn't be forced to compensate for its fuel. Fuel should be an extension of the engine, as in octane intensive Exxon 93 Supreme with XCL12. Precision equipment for precision engines. Just turn the key.